Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
You never know. You never know what could be vital to the future of you. And here's the thing. Going into something, you never know. And you never know when something happens. Listen, did anybody know? Did anybody know on like September the 10th, the day before 9/11, right? Did anybody have any inkling? I remember there was a really funny item on the Daily Show about Orthodox Jewish women's head covering that I was going to try and like capture and send to someone. Right, I was like, oh yeah, I got to do that. And then 9/11 happened. I'm like, it was the next day. I was like, yeah, no, I guess I'm not sending that funny thing anymore. That's that I should read the room, right? Read the room. So yeah, like you never know. You never know before something happens what it's going to be. Like I think when something big happens, you never know, like beforehand. So I've been like just thinking of like these big world-shaking things. And think if there's anything unifying about the time before it, right? The time before it, and it's the only thing I can think of with this. Everything was completely calm and peaceful, right? Not calm and peaceful. Everything was like, yeah, normal. Everything was normal, right? Nothing was normal. It was calmer than normal, right? Yeah, but nobody knows like when things go like you never know what the moment something's going to swing is. Like this, these riots in where was it? Wherever it is, whatever's going on. That mixed with that trial going on, the Chauvin trial going on, which yeah, I don't know. It's like it seems that they. I don't think the people rioting are going to be that mellowed out that Biden's president. I don't think that's going to like placate them, right? I don't think that's going to do the trick, right? So that means they're going to have to be. There's like I think they're just like even more pissed off now. Like these people, generally speaking, if you notice, the only thing that makes them more crazy is winning, right? The only thing that makes them go more nuts is when they win, right? When they get a victory, then they go, ah! They get even more crazy. It's the weirdest thing. They're very strange people. Anyway, so I'm thinking if there's a big clash between BLM, Antifa, and the U.S. government, leading to genuine civil fracturing, right? Like with that that could happen. Like that could happen tomorrow. Yeah, that could totally happen. That could happen. But yeah, hopefully it won't. What was I just said? What's Jeremy's latest D-Day Cobra video on the site? Oh crap. Okay, I will do. Okay, Peter. Oh, I could ask you about something. Well, off air, but meaning that. But I will send you a message after I'm done. Yeah, just call that out of the corner of my eye. So there's a lot going on. There's that going on. There's tonight. Tonight is Yom HaZikaron. Yom HaZikaron, the day of Remembrance Day, right? The Israel Remembrance Day, and it's goes right into. It starts in the evening, which means start at 8 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock. The siren's going to go off. I'm going to have to go blank for a minute. Maybe I'll try and get an Israeli flag or something flying while I do my minute silence. Because I can't be talking. I can't do it. Like, I can't be talking through it on YouTube, like live on air. I can't, like with my son, and my daughter both in the army. Right? My son going in the army, it's yeah. So yeah, I got to do that minute slide. So you got tonight is Yom HaZikaron, the Memorial Day. Now it's very different here in Israel because everybody is connected, right? It's a small country, everyone's connected. In fact, you know what? This is what I want to do as a cinematic universe, and I want to do this for a while, right? I wanted to do a movie about the 1948 War of Independence. A movie or like a movie or miniseries. But anyway, started in Europe in the 19 at the end of the war. The Jews are escaping from the Holocaust and making dribs and drabs. They're making it to Israel, making it Israel. They maybe have a movie about So you got the whole like Hafganah and the insurgent. The Jews were basically terrorists to force the British out. Listen. I think they wasn't terrorists like today. They kept to the rules of military rules of engagement. But they have those characters, right, and then go to the entire War of Independence, because there's some crazy stuff that went down. There's I may have told you this story before, but there's this the place where I used to get my shirts cleaned, the dry cleaner, when I was in yeshiva, when I was in rabbinical ceremony, when I was single, back when I was a youth in the 90s. A very good place, Davinkas, right? It was, oh man, they would package them up like they would, they'll fold them. You got a bit of cardboard in them. I freaking loved Davinkas. It was great. They had a little band around each one. Oh, missed that. But anyway. There was a weird gun-shaped sculpture there, and so eventually somebody told me, Davinka, it's called Kikar Davinka, Davinka Square. It's called that, named after the famous Davinka gun. The Davinka gun didn't really do anything. Like the Israeli forces didn't really have much. The War of Independence. They relied a lot on trickery. It's incredible. They really did. Like the meager air force they had there, something like there was World War I aircraft. Because they didn't have bombs, they dropped seltzer bottles, right, which made a big bang, right, and scared the crap out of people. But it was quite effective. But there's a thing called Davinka, which was a gun that actually just made noise. It made a lot of noise, and it was just hopefully scared some people. It's like all we can really do is make a noise. And so they fired the gun off, right, and right then it started to rain. And the Arab forces, they believe that it rained after there was a nuclear explosion, right? So they thought somehow that happened, and they ran, and so the key got to Davinka, right? But everybody's connected, right? Oh, yes, I was thinking about doing a cinematic universe. So there, imagine this. Then do a sequel movie when you get the same characters, right? The same family. Now they're older. And you see them in the 1967 war, right? You see, and you carry it through, and you basically do that like you do Entebbe movie. You can do all these movies, but you have it the same families, right? And so you one's a kid in one movie, and he's like, I would love those. I would love that series of movies. Mr. Spielberg, I'm sure you're watching this. Get on that. Yeah, that'd be great. It'll be a great cinematic universe. I was talking about this day on yesterday, the day before, when I was on Dan's channel. Go and sub to Dan's channel if you haven't subbed to it. Would be Jerry Anderson cinematic universe, and to launch that Jerry Anderson cinematic universe. Picture this. Captain Scarlet live action movie directed by Guy Ritchie, right? And lean really into the capness of it, right? Lean really into the brightness of the colors. Imagine maybe have Brian Fuller work. No, I think just have Guy Ritchie, just make it really bright and colorful and fun, and just joyous, right? Wouldn't that be incredible? So who would play? So okay, he was certainly cast, no question. He's casting. I just cast it. Okay, this is it. It's Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. Jude Law is Captain Black, obviously. He's going to reverse the roles. I know. Robert Downey Jr. is Captain Black and Jude Law is Captain Scarlet. Without Jude Law as Captain Scarlet, he's a bit wet. The voice is a bit wrong. I mean, I kind of prefer... is he... I might be wrong. Wait. Did Jude Law play young Dumbledore? That's about the only good thing about those crappy prequel Harry Potter movies. I think it was Jude Law, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Matt Smith as Captain Scarlet. Wouldn't that be cool, right? And I think, actually, he's actually got the right, the chin. I don't know. That might be fun. Oh man, the Angels will be smoking Oh my God, you got to get the 3 hottest chicks ever to be angels. I mean, like Scarlett Johansson isn't hot enough, right? That's you got to de-age her 10 years to be one of the angels. Oh man, okay. So in the chat, somebody could think who could be the angels if a live action Captain. But anyway, do that, and then do a real good live action Thunderbirds. Who will be a good director for that? You know what? Okay. Here's a crazy idea, and he would do it. He would do it in a heartbeat. What's his name? Lord of the Rings guy. Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson Thunderbirds. That would be freaking awesome, right? Peter Jackson Thunderbirds. We're going to look at the Big Finish Thunderbirds. Fireball XL5. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that would be okay. Fireball XL5, that would be Jude Law. Jude Law is, was it Troy Tempest? Is that Fireball XL5? I mean, or Matt Smith. They both are, because they both got that weird, like, yeah. Yes. And how would you do the robot, right? Would you go full on, like, just make that? Just, like, on their way home, like, I don't know. I would do something. Okay, here's what I would do. If you ever saw Red Zenith by Grant Morrison, Grant Morrison's a pretty good writer. He gets a bad rap. Zenith by Grant Morrison. He had this robot character in it, Robot Archie, kind of like that. I think just do it very, very cool. A Stingray movie. Oh, that's a whole Jerry Anderson universe. Somebody could make freaking mint doing that. If you do it right now in this climate, make a freaking mint doing that. As long as you don't do it like woke. Again, look at again. Kong versus Godzilla people. They got it right? They know what they're bloody doing. They just did a silly movie, made made more money than anything else in lockdown. Is it 70 million? Doing very well. And it was given away for free on HBO Max. That's a really good sign. That's it, because it's a good movie. You know, it's not a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's a rewatchable movie. That's the truth. It's a really rewatchable movie. So we got got Steve Zodiac. There you go. Got that going on. But yeah, you know, there's a whole gay Captain Scarlet. I can kind of see that, right? I would be actually up for that. So yeah, we're going to look at the Big Finish Thunderbirds. So here, this is my thing with Big Finish Thunderbirds. I kind of want it, but I pre-ordered all 4 volumes of the robots, and it's not very good. But like, it's not meeting expectations. It's just a bit dour and like, it's kind of like Casualty in space, right? It's got that kind of vibe. It's supposed to be a cutting edge drama about artificial intelligence, and it's just not working at all. It's just so by the numbers. I mean, that really needs a Nick Briggs to oversee it, I think, to make it work, and it just doesn't. I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't have, and it's just. So I pre-ordered all 4 volumes of it. Now there's 6. I was like, oh, oy vey. They're adding 2 more and leave me alone. Leave me alone. There's no way. No way I'm getting more of that Ross. So I had so I'm like, so I got the number 3 came out in January. I still haven't listened to it because I'm like, it's like Winter Soldier and Falcon. I gotta watch that. Every time I go watch it, oh god, I'm like, not really. Can I watch Godzilla vs Kong instead? I don't want to watch. I just don't want to watch it. I don't. I got to. It's work, and I really don't like it. What was I? Kong vs Godzilla, Winter Soldier. Don't want to watch it. What was that? What whittling on about? After the cinematic universe. Oh yeah, there you go. So here's the robots. Not very good. Blimey, that took me a minute, but okay. The robots. So it's not very good. Volume 3 came out in January. I haven't even bothered listening to it. even I can get a review out of it. It's so I got Volume 4's coming out in July or June. So I emailed Big Finish and said, hey, love you, baby. I love you. Love what you do. I buy a lot of crap off you. Is there any chance? Is there any possibility I can do a virtual pre-order return? Can I like not get the Robots Volume 4 and get Thunderbirds instead? I would much. Yeah, that just sounds more fun, right? That just sounds like much more like this what I would want to do. I haven't heard back. They passed my my inquiry onto the sales department. So say, have I got a reply as yet? No reply as yet. I mean, come on, Big Finish. I buy a lot of crap off you. Although, listen, in all fairness, that's going way down. They just announced a new series. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah. Here's the thing. When you manage to like blast a hole in a completist buying pattern, when you manage to stop making somebody buy, like I got all the MCU movies on Blu-ray, right? That's I got to get them. There's not even a question, right? Got them all on Blu-ray. That happened until Captain Marvel, and then when Captain Marvel it was gone, I'm like, well, why am I buying Ant-Man and Wasp? It's equally awful, right? I'm like, fine, I'll do Endgame, and that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Bye bye. See, that's why when you give permission for a completist to stop, it's not complete anymore. You gotta be working a lot harder to get a purchase, right? When you've really lost a lot, which is where we are with Big Finish, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, Big Finish, mate. But the Thunderbird ones does indeed intrigue me. Ace on the Virgin Novels realized to be to be the Sophie Aldred book in your title piece. Yeah, well, listen. Now that was a piece of just geek. What's the word? Geeks of our age. Ultimate stroke material, because it's like Ace was never really good to relieve oneself to until then suddenly she's in spandex looking hot, and listen, anybody in reasonable shape can be hot. So yeah, that was a great moment where somebody so basically somebody you knew for a while suddenly turned into Perry, and you're like, oh, hello. Yes. Ace only charged me £10. Oh, yeah, don't kiss and tell me. Says PD Rich. Darren M says, greetings, facilitation. I hope we're all doing well. I am doing well, actually. Thank you very much for asking. How's everything going? He says, Matthew Burrows, how are you? Mercs Eddie. Okay, so PD Rich sent me to watch Jeremy's thing. What? What's going on? My birthday is into Israeli interval. Oh, so your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, mate. Yeah. So that's a cool thing. We have Yom HaZikaron. It's Day of Remembrance Day. I mentioned this on the other podcast, but it's really cool. You have an active duty soldier goes and like pays respect to by every grave of every fallen Israeli soldier, like everyone. And then not times like families go there, families of fallen soldiers go there to the grave on Independence Day, and they invite them back. They have a barbecue. It's a big thing. Yeah, what happens is it goes right from Memorial Day to Independence Day, right? We do it that way around. Independence Day is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, basically we do barbecues. So yeah, for our Independence Day menu is now my son said I might be home late, which is. We normally get together and eat, lunch. We have to do a festive lunch with each other. So we're doing. This is very cool because it's hard to get kosher. Smoked. We're bringing out the smoker, doing braised short ribs. What else is it? We're not doing buffalo wings. I wanted buffalo wings, my wife said no. We're doing Israeli food. Yeah, we're doing kebabs, like big eish tanor, lava, hummus. Which is like the spicy stuff, and we're having a pretty Israeli meal. So that's our Thursday lunch. We're quite looking forward to that. So yeah. So your birthday on the Independence Day, very very nice. I will have a shawarma, in your honor, sir. A disaster area. How are you, sir? Casey Charlie Chats, how are you? Let's all wish the 5th on happy birthday. Yes, we're going to be going over. There's actually an article going over all the birthday tweets to Peter Davison, who I didn't realize it was his birthday. Would I have done would I have done the thumbnail differently had I known? Maybe, yes. I would have had Perry jumping out of a cake. Yes, I would have had Perry jumping out of a cake as like a birthday surprise. And I mean, I have to find the right picture of Peter Davison and Photoshop it all together. Gosh, that's lower. I'm so glad that I didn't know. Right? I'm so glad I was unaware of this when I made I made that thumb. Man, there is nothing going on right now in terms of genre. In terms of genre news. I mean, I think I'm going to, especially Doctor Who. I mean, really, it's like I'm working hard. I'm really working hard to find material. There's like, I can't believe how little that comes out Cardiff, how little excitement. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. But you know that Peter, and that he's 70. Like that's a bit of a kick in the balls, isn't it? Like, yeah, that young Doctor is now 70. You know, that's pretty darn heavy. That means I must be getting up there myself. Let me keep going through that. Jared M, I said hello to you. Paul Priest, how are you? Stingray, yeah, man, Stingray would be awesome. No, I mean there's real scope there for a cinematic universe. Yeah, let's go back. Fireball XL5. I can. Wouldn't it be awesome? I mean, that would be absolutely awesome. Who would direct a good Fireball? I mean, James Gunn does a good sci-fi stuff, but he does ensemble. I am looking forward to Suicide Squad. That Suicide Squad he did that trailer looks really good. You know, he managed to make Harley Quinn look good again, which unbelievable after that last awful movie she was in. Not James Gunn though; he's wrong for it. Not Kenneth Branagh. But what am I saying? If we're going to a Peter Jackson Thunderbirds, that does like kind of set a tone. So what other good directors are there? Like I doubt we'll get anybody like what's his name? Tennant guy. What's that guy? That wasn't a very good movie. Wait, Tennant. I got to watch it again. Now I got HBO Max. You know, I got to go and check it out again. But like, it was just unnecessarily confusing. Yeah, that's really what unnecessarily confusing, and I'm not sure I'm so engaged in the plot even when I worked it out. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly a movie to watch the second time. I think I would have thought. What's that guy's name? But yeah, he wouldn't. No, he'll be wrong for it. Who's good? Who's good? Auteur director. I don't know. I listen. I like to see Noel Clarke do like a big budget movie like that. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Okay. How about that? Noel Clarke, Fireball XL5. I think that would. I mean, he would have to write it as well. The other guys, was it the David Bowie's son, who's very hit and miss. Does some very good and very bad movies. What's the guy? He's doing a Road Trooper movie right now. That's another cinematic universe that's crying to be made, right? Have you seen Space Sweepers, Korean sci-fi? No, I have not. Just watched a Shadow Zhang Yu on Netflix. What the hell is that? I've never heard of that. Hasn't even been pronounced. Just on a Resident Alien. Oh man, I miss Resident Alien. That really, I didn't realize how good that made my week. I really love Resident Alien. That's it's got better in hindsight. Yeah, I really genuinely miss Resident Alien. Keely Giles here. What's going on? What isn't going on? We're talking about cinematic universes that don't exist. I want to do a Jerry Anderson cinematic universe. It is Yom HaZikaron, Israeli Memorial Day tonight. About 35 minutes. We're going to be wishing happy birthday to Peter Davison. We're going to be looking back at exactly what Chris Eccleston did to royally piss off Gary, right? To royally piss him off, because I forgot all about that. I totally forgot all about that. The charging crazy money for singing. I hear Gareth's point. Let's put it that. Listen, I don't think he would. I think he said a lot of inaccuracies because he was pissed off, but I don't think. But I hear his point. I do. I hear his underlying point, and his underlying point is, I think saying you can blow up Cannon and like giving a wink to the time, but he didn't know. I don't think he knew he was giving a wink to the timeless children. Right, I don't think he had any idea what it means if they do. It's just he's a normie. He's a normie. He doesn't know what he's talking about. In short, right? And yeah, when you say blow up Cannon, it means like don't be afraid to make a Mordred undead, even though you're going to come up with a unit dating problems. But if you can remember and make a unit a Mordred undead without making the bloody continuity problems, that's even better. Thank you very much. But we've all thought of different ways around that, the unit dating. Exactly. Now, again, just lost my train of thought. Big go. Wild on Mordred undead. Blow up Cannon, right? Yeah, we're talking about don't adhere to Cannon to not tell a good story, right? If you can tell a good story and adhere to Cannon, even better. And normally you can. Okay, normally it's doable. All you got to do is not be a moron and be able to think and be creative. That's what writers normally used to be able to do. But nowadays when they say blow up Cannon, you're like, okay, what about if I make Greta Thunberg a oil baron, a Texan oil baron, right? A male like JR from Dallas is Greta Thunberg. Why don't we just do that? Why not? That's what it is to you. That to me, she's JR, right? That's what we're gonna do. Why not do that? I don't know. I mean, that's what it means by blow up Cannon. I mean, completely dismantle every premise upon which the thing you like is based on. Because then I won't like it anymore, right? Okay, if you take my let's say you take a potato, right, and then you give me a cheese doodle, right? Now I like cheese doodles. Cheese doodles are good. I like potatoes as well, but they're not interchangeable. Right. I mean, honestly, Steve Crowder made this argument from 2016, 2015, like a long time ago. I think that when he's talking about same-sex marriage, he's saying, look, the problem is once marriage, Beyonce, like he was, I think he, like I am totally fine with there being a civil union where all couples, regardless of their gender, have equal rights. I think every sane person sees the inherent goodness of that, right? Yeah, I just do. I mean, so I think we're on board with that. I had a big problem with calling it marriage because it's changing the etymology of the word. Marriage is a biblical institution. That's the way it is. That's why I don't want to tell you. And it's defined in a certain way. So I wasn't about. So but the thing that really made me skittish about it is that that was the thing, that redefinition of marriage was a thing that broke the straw, that broke the camel's back, that brought the flood. So I'm like, that's not going to work out well. So that's about 7 years ago. Yeah. So but he's saying if you make a marriage, chose marriage from being to two different genders to the two different sexes of the same sex, right? You make men and women interchangeable, and then you do that, the entirety of creation of society falls apart. And it's like, I wouldn't have agreed with them at the time, right? I wasn't be like, no, it won't. That won't happen. There's no slippery slope. I really would have. I would have been like, I don't see that. Not necessarily. Because I'm like, I like to imagine people have better natures, right? It's always what I get caught up on. But like, whenever I see a notification coming, I'm just like, blah! Just toes me up. But he turned out to be right? It's incredible. He turned out to be right. That's exactly what happened. Like our entire definition of reality has crumbled, right? We have half the world say you can define who you are by what you want to be, and the other say no, they have physical reality, right? It's weird. It's a weird way. It turned out to be right. I wouldn't have thought he was right at the time, but there you go. I was wrong. He was right. Isn't what kind of religious required by religious rule to enjoy food? If that's a very good, you do say a blessing. It makes everything holy. Although, listen, the whole idea of eating a steak is really that was the pinnacle of religious observance in a perfected world. For Judaism, you would bring some kind of sacrifice. Judaism is a heavily sacrificial religion, right? Not many people know it's heavily sacrificial. It's big. Not human sacrifice, but sacrifice is the central form of Jewish worship right up until the time that the Jewish temple was destroyed, right? But the point of it is to you eat and enjoy the meat. That's how you worship Shem. You enjoy life. You worship God. You enjoy life, right? And you have a very sensuous way, and you dedicate that. But that's the. That's basically it. You're supposed to enjoy food. You're supposed to enjoy like God made the world pleasurable, full of lots of pleasures for a reason. He wants us to enjoy it. Wants us to experience it. There's a religious tale this rabbi who was in his hundreds. It was like 102 or something like that. And they say, "Well, do you want to say?" I want to go to the Himalayas, right? I want to go. It's like, but you're 102. You're out your mind. Now, I said, I want to see the Alps or the Himalayas. And he's like, but why? I said, well, what happens when I die and I get up to heaven and God say, so Nu, what do you think of the Himalayas? Right? Did you see them? They were freaking awesome. And can you go, didn't see it, right? And I do think that's going to happen. God's going to be like, what did you think of macaroni cheese? Is that good? I did that. I did, yeah. And you're going to be like, yeah, I like that one. And I like bananas too. I think that's the sort of thing that's going to happen. So eating, eating, as most pleasures are, should be holy. That's what I think in my own, bit wibbly wobbly view of the world. Tennant, thank you. Duncan Jones, there, whoever's answering my my basic views. And I have not seen Space Suitors. Do you know I've never seen a Pedro film. I don't think I've either. What's a Pedro film? I'm not sure either, says Matthew Burrows. They're brilliant. Must see. Okay, I'll check out Pedro. I have no idea what they are. That was Chris Nolan, the Tennant. Yeah, Tennant. Unnecessarily complicated. Yeah, well, I love Resident Alien. Only Morris can post links. Yeah. So, whatever. If you want, PD Rich will look after you. I was trying to be efficient, right? And I said, no, just talk to PD Rich. He'll work it out with you. Blow up as it expand. Yeah, no, not expand. They mean blow up. It's like the wait. CK Charlie Chats has the pilots. Right. This is stop press. I have to stop. Stop what we're doing because this is important. Let's have a look. Let's see what he's saying. Pilot should not be kids. So Captain Sky, Angels, Melody, Naomi Harris, good. Ramsey, Karen Gillan, good call. That's a good call, man. I want to see just that movie, right? Don't you want to see the Angels movie? Oh yeah, Destiny, Emily Blunt, yes. Oh, Felicity Jones Harmony, this is good. Margaret, I want to see that movie. I want to see. That's a movie that who's not going to and you put them in as a side thing to the movie like Captain Sky. That you made a franchise right there. Freaking weirdos. What's wrong with you? So did Matthew. And it was not trying to be second rate or something. Yeah, Resonate. Love it. I'm up to date. No Jewish monks on this. Well, there you can do the thing called be a nazir. That's you abstain for wine. I think and meat for 30 days. Or something like that. And don't. There's also this thing called Tuma and Taharas. this ritual purity. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know what you have to like. You have to worry about where you're sitting and what you. Oh God, you don't even want to know. Sorry, God, too many guidance couldn't work out where to visit. He'll be like, yeah, that's a mistake I made. I'm sorry. But he'll be like, yeah, but did you see Star Wars? Wasn't that good? Fine, let's go and look at happy birthday for Peter Davison. Let's go over there. Go to share screen. Bit of Chrome tab action, baby. Chrome tab. Yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll look at doing the two Dr. Multi. I mean, is he like made up to look old there? Because he doesn't look that old in real life. I've seen him; he looks basically the same. You know, like he don't look like that. That's got to be some kind of weird makeup. Fans of Doctor Who co-stars took to Twitter to wish Davison a happy 70th birthday. All right, so that's my boy say wishing Peter Davison especially happy days there. So that's not overly inspiring. I have to tell you. Matthew Sweet, I'm expecting better than. By the way, here it is. Finally, it arrived. Was it yesterday? I am plowing through it to do reviews, and I'm freaking loving it. 1 second. I'm on Terror of the Autons right now. There we go. My own. Let me go to the right cover. There you go. Put it on big. There you go. Plowing through my Blu-ray of season 8. Absolutely adoring it. So Matthew Sweet does fantastic interviews on most of these Blu-ray discs, box sets. He's such a good interviewer about Doctor Who. He understands it, and he's very clever. Happy birthday to magnificent Peter Davison. 17 not out. Took this when we restaged the Black Orchid cricket game match for the season 19 Blu-ray with his Guyanese dad and these batting pads. Surely he would have been CLR James's favorite Doctor Who. Clive James, I think. Maybe, who knows? Well, I guess so. Can't argue there. Tom Price. Oh, Tom Price is what's it? Not only he's from Torchwood, right? Yeah, and Stranded. Leave me alone. So not only was Peter Davison my Doctor, but it was also leading my first big professional job. Well, Tom Price. That's because he's a lead in just about every professional job right now. Like he throughout his career, he's always been doing like 4 or 5 shows a year of everything, right? He did Doctor Who in Sink and Swim, I think, and All Creatures all at the same time. It just felt that way. And the Fabulous Riggle, I'm also on Radio 4. I have never seen anybody nail dialogue with such precision and flair. He's one of the best. Help me. And help me. Get with my wife. Okay, well, that's really nice. Mark Wright, a space wizard. Mark Wright is a writer. My wife is reminding me about the siren. Hang on a second. I'm saying, here we go. I know. I've got to do it 1 second. I got to send a kissy face so it doesn't sound like I'm pissed off. There you go. 3 kissy faces. Okay, good. I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm probably going to get in trouble. I don't know what for. You know, it's a little voyage of discovery. Who knows what could be? Okay, here we go. Should just remind me. Okay, Peter Davison, 70 days is about right. Surely not possible. Happy birthday to my Doctor Who from the era that inspired me to write for the very first time. A delight to have worked with Peter a couple of times over the years, including last year's Wicked Sisters. I hate to tell you, Wicked Sisters really didn't work that well. Yeah. With Atlu Jameson. 3 episodes into the Dalek Protocol right now. That just dropped today from Big Finish. Pretty good. Lou Jameson is universally excellent in everything she does. Let me think. Wicked Sisters. Okay, here's why it doesn't work. They use the Peter Davison theme tune, but it's not a Peter Davison. It's not Doctor Who. It's Graceless. Graceless with Doctor Who in it, and they sell it as Doctor Who. And it doesn't really fit into any Doctor Who, right? I couldn't in my head slot it in like maybe they did a Christmas miniseries. Like it's too jarring. If you wanted to do a Doctor Who with the Tracer twins, then they should have done it Doctor Who. But instead they did a Tracer twins, which is the Twisted Sisters, and it that way around just didn't work. Uncle Beard, who's Uncle Beard? I have no idea. No idea who Uncle Beard is. Maybe it says on this. No. Happy birthday, Peter Davidson. He generously typed me a letter when I was a kid telling me everything he was up to at the time. He was equally generous when with his time when I finally met him 26 years later. Wonderful chap. Okay, that's nice. Zeta Audio, I don't know. These are all probably massive SJWs, aren't they? If they're here, probably happy birthday, blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. You got Jim with a Jodie. Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. So this is basically to get his mates on. Who is this? But Lydia Moreland White. Okay. So happy birthday, Peter Davison. A true gent. A true gent. Cannot argue with. There we go. And that's the other story, other Radio Time story we're going to talk to ourselves with. We go back to the chat. I'm trying to be more on top of the chat. Look at me. Look at me. Like I know what I'm doing. Gary, someone in the chat want to clue me in. Oh, Gary Beagler from Nerdrotic. I'm sorry. So Gary, I'm surprised. I just seems with me anybody wouldn't be here without knowing about Nerdrotic, right? He's got a huge channel. It's the reason that I have this channel, right? So yeah, he went off on a rant about Christopher Eccleston, which we're going to talk about why soon. And then like the Jodie bots went crazy. They're like, how dare he? And it's like hashtag Eccleston and Doctor. I'm like, well, okay then, good for you. Good for you. Sink or swim. Thing was great. Does anybody know why she dropped as Louise's mum? I have no idea. Maybe she didn't want to do it. Maybe she was doing something else. I really don't. I can't imagine she's blacklisted. So downstream that I've just finished reading his autobiography. It's very good. Oh, Peter Davison. Probably the same people who chase him off Twitter. Yeah. I have no idea who that. Yeah, probably. Fine. So here, let's look at the thumbnail. And so we will. So I remember what we have to do. There's actually a lot of stuff I wanted to get to today. So a lot of stuff that wasn't on the thumbnail. Okay, I'm writing. It's RFAP. The folder is RFAP. There we go. I'm looking forward to reading that James Franco story because I don't know if he's being Me Too'd, if he's like, yes, if it's all nonsense, or if he's been a bad boy, or both. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. So let's have a quick look at the stories we're going to be looking at tonight on The Rabbi from Another Planet. I will get up and be silent in 17 minutes. For 1 minute. That's going to happen. For Yom HaZikaron. But before then, how much? You charged how much for an autograph? And they paid it too. It was fantastic. Gordon Bennett. There you go. So far, yeah, listen, I wanted to get a bit of sexiness in there. Had I realized that Peter Davidson's birthday, it probably would have been a scantily clad Nicola Bryant jumping out of a cake. Happy birthday, Peter. Something like that. That's probably where I would have gone with it. Sorry. I found out too late, but that would have been a fun thumbnail. There you go. So instead we have the Tennant Eccleston multi-doctor story. That probably won't happen. That might happen. It depends. It depends how much they all like money, and they all seem to like money, right? They all seem to like. I like money. There's a lot. So we're going to be reading about that in a minute. There's a lot of Hollywood hypocrisy stories, like just off the charts hypocrisy stories. The Virgin New Adventures returning to print. Not in the way you think, though. They are fantastic, right? We should do like a book of the month club, right? Do a chapter a week. You know what? That's a good idea. We'll do a chapter a week. I'll put out the chapter. We'll do it we'll do one that's been published. That's on BBC Books. I mean, that's on the BBC website, right? Who was it? Let me look this up. Lung Barrow was on Lung Barrow BBC website. Let's have a look. Is this it? No. Well, if I go to the Wikipedia, that should take me to the page. The Cloister Library, like Universal. No. Publication history. No. Oh, it's an ebook. Oh, it's not as an ebook anymore. I have to find it. Fine. So I'll post a chapter or something a month or something. A chapter a week or something like that. They took it offline. That's a real bummer. So, but they really need. We really should do like a book of the month club. We'll do like a chapter a week. We'll read it, and I'll do a stream on it. Anybody wants to jump in, welcome to jump in. Right, and there's some great stuff. We could yeah, because I think I'll probably enjoy that if we did a chapter a week, which is like that's quite doable, right? And I think I could post that somewhere on social media, and we'll all be fine, right? I can probably put that on. I don't know, something or other without getting in that much trouble. Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, so but it's coming back, but in a way that you do not expect. And finally, Thunderbirds will go. We were talking about the Thunderbirds, the big finish Thunderbirds. Okay, the reason they sold me on this, although they haven't sold me yet, I want to exchange my copy of the Robots Volume 4 for Thunderbirds because I'm done with the robots. It's not very good. So I wanted to sold it purely by John Colshaw. John Colshaw is getting like mad props from me right now. Everything he does is pretty good, right? I'm really enjoying all his work on all the big finishes. The thing that really turned my head with him was Terror of the Master on the Masterful set that came out. Was it January? That was really good. Yeah, okay, fine. So let's look at this the Tennant Eccleston crossover. That I mean, I can certainly see it happening because they are doing like the Tennant other Doctors, right? The out of time ones. Although they're spacing them out, blimey, like crazily. They do like one a year. Yeah, really, you should do 3 a year. I'll do a box set. I'll do 3 a year. Having said that, the Tom Baker one, that should have been minimally a 2-disc set. I think it should have been like a 4-disc set or 3-disc set. That's my only real criticism of it. It was too light. It just went by too quickly. Whereas these books on tape they're doing now, they're too long. They're like 6-ish, 6 disc seats. 1 second. Go back to the chat. Brian Bing, how you doing, sir? Anybody else said hello to? Hello, chat on iPad in the middle of something, or I'll say hello to all of you. Well, hello to you individually anyway. Brian Bing, you do not need to put a heart there. You send out love. You emanate love wherever you go. Okay, now I want to look at Big Finish for a second. We'll come back to this. Wait. I want to see where is this? It was not next month. Is it this month over here? Robots, leave me alone. I'm looking forward to that. War Doctor Begins. Is it the previous one? Is it May? The Cyberman book? No. Let's go to July. It's this one. So my only criticism of this, like, how long is it? It is 420 minutes. That's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Yeah, that's 7 discs. It's too long. Terror of the Master was 3 discs. 7 discs is a chore. 7 discs is way too long. Yeah, no, back, Doctor, back, Morbius. There you go. Chris Eccleston, Doctor multi-story with Chris Eccleston possible in the future, says Big Finish boss. What do you call him, a boss? I guess so. Big Finish boss. That sounds fair. Nicholas Briggs said that while it wasn't priority for now, he wouldn't rule out multi-doctor story. Of course, he's not going to rule it out. This is a non-story. Just imagine. Anyway, I should find some kind of like What was it? First find some Israeli flag or something. Here, where was it? I'll go over here. YouTube. Like that siren's going off in about 10 minutes. So let me find footage of Israeli flag flying. Israeli flag waving that I can play for the minute we're at the fine. Okay. Oh, I got a choice. Blimey, there's so many of them. Look at that. Okay. I guess we'll go for this one. We'll go for the 4K Ultra one. Okay, that'll do it. Oh no, 1 second. Israel Fallen Soldier. Let's see if they have there. Fallen Soldier. There you go. Fine. We'll play a tribute to what was it? Fallen Soldiers. From I don't know when this is from 9 years ago. Okay, they probably added a few on since then. Yeah. Oh, here's the ones from the Israeli Defense Force. No, that's tell you that is the cushiest job to get in the army. Working on their media. So they do a video. They do like a video a month. I'm like, what? Get out! I do 2 a day. Get out of here! I can't believe. And these are kids, right? How can they not do better? I do like 2 a day. So okay, fine. I got the thing. I got it here. 1 second. We'll have it. No. We don't want the ad. Leave me alone. I'll turn the sound off. Getting all ready. Your video play after the ad. There we go. Okay, fine. We're ready to go. Fine. So when it happens, I got everything queued up. Everything's queued up. Good to go. Fine. So Nicholas Briggs said, "Well, it wasn't priority for now. He couldn't rule out a multi-doctor story." Yeah, because like, what are you gonna say? Do you like money, Nick? Listen, I know you're a big socialist. You like a bit of money, do you? You want your kid to go to college? Yeah, you'll roll out a multi-doctor story. I mean, I don't like people are saying, is it a cash grab? This sinks into the autograph story we'll do next. But is it a cash grab to put out very marketable material at a saleable price? I don't know. I just don't see doing the Knights Doctor Adventure as being a cash grab for either Big Finish or Christopher Eccleston. They're both doing what they're supposed to do in life, right? They're doing their jobs, they're providing. Do you want this Christopher Eccleston thing? I do. Yeah, so he's doing his. So yes, you want it, I want it, they want. It seems to be we're all kind of doing well. So I don't view it as a cash grab. I don't think it's even like exorbitantly charged. Is it like how much are they charging for this? Let's have a look. Wait, how do I get back there? If I go forward, right. Let's see how much they're charging for it. It comes out next month, right? Like $20. Leave me alone. That's okay. As a comparison, let's look up the Halo Jones audio book. Let's see if we can find it. Now, the reason I haven't done a review on this, because you can either pay basically $15, or you pay $15 and you get it free with a month of order. So $15, or you want to buy it, it's $30. If you want to buy it without joining order, what's $30? That's weird, isn't it? Like, how long is this thing? And they're not that long. You get much more for your buck. I mean, these are more expensive, I think. I mean, I guess they're charging $15 for them, right? So, I mean, I guess so. How much is this one? It doesn't say. Okay, I guess they're all $15 each. Would I be interested in it? I don't know. It's cheaper than I thought now, but I got too much to listen to. Right, I'm quite happy. But in terms of, is it a cash grab? No, $20 is a fair price for it. If they're charging $30 to buy it without joining Audible, $20 is a fair price. It's and that's for 4 discs as opposed to for double the length. Yeah, it was like a 2-hour book. This is 3 or 4 discs. Okay, 5 minutes ago. I've got to keep an eye on the clock. Okay, a multi-doctor story starring Christopher Eccleston is possible in the future. I've got a big fan. Okay, I know he knows. Executive producer Nick Briggs, also known as the voice of the Daleks, was responding to a fan questions during the latest episode of the Big Finish podcast when he made his comments. Well, if he's okay. It wasn't that somebody just asked him off the bat and he's like, well, I don't know. It was, he chose that question to answer and he answered it for a reason, okay? Yeah, he's putting it in the ether, right? It wasn't like an open question time. He chose that question to be asked, to ask. I'm sure they get more than they need. They don't read things that they don't want to. After a possible meeting between the 9th and 10th Doctor was on the cards, now that Eccleston was involved in Big Finish, he said that he wouldn't rule anything out, but nothing was planned for now. Again, I think it's a truthful answer. I think it's an honest and truthful answer. And honestly, Nick Briggs kind of like doesn't like doing multi-Doctor stories. He wasn't going to do the 50th anniversary one right at the end. He had to be talked into it. And I'm very glad he was. If you haven't heard that, by the way, it's excellent. It's really good. That 50th anniversary story is really excellent. Let's go back. In fact, he's always looking to do things that are like non-traditional. Okay, why is it we want the Doctors to get together and ask? I mean, we do. I mean, I'm glad he's admitting it now. I mean, we do. We all do. We want the Doctors. We want the Doctors to get together. We do like Doctors to get together. We don't. We do like Doctors together, don't we? But but it's always difficult to do. But we've done it quite a lot. I do understand it's difficult to do. The best pairing, by the way, in Light at the End, would have been the 8th Doctor and the 4th Doctor. They really bounced off each other nicely. He said, I would never rule it out, but I don't think it will be Chris's #1 priority. It's certainly not. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not Tennant's. I think the best way of getting Capaldi to do Big Finish is so he could do a Doctor Who with Tom Baker, right? While Tom Baker is still with us. Listen, he's not getting younger. Although I'm sure he'll be on board for something like that. Yeah, it's not like he's desperate to, but he'd be like, yeah, why not? And it's not a #1 priority at the moment. We want to focus on giving lots of great stories for the 9th Doctor, which are about the 9th Doctor. Yeah, I think a multi-Doctor story for the 9th Doctor is premature. You know, I mean, you've really got to build it up as a brand. Look at Jago and Lightfoot as a template. They couldn't really start messing around with that until about the 5th or the 6th season, right? That was about the time they brought in Colin Baker, I think. Fine. So listen, I'm gonna keep talking until the siren goes off. I'm going to change this over to the different video, the different screen. It's going to start momentarily. We go do this, and I'll do share the screen. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be like, it'll just be a minute, guys. Just be a minute. Yeah, okay, what can you do? Needs must. Fine. So when the siren goes off, I'll start playing this. So what was I going to say? Yeah, listen, it's certainly not their priority right now. Well, yeah, I was going to look up Big Finish, see when they did Jago, when what's his name, when they brought Colin Baker into Jago and Lightfoot. So let's go Big Finish. Doink. We have to go to audiobooks, Jago and Lightfoot. We'll do sort by oldest first. So first, So it wasn't okay. So yeah, so it was season 3. They bought in Leela. When by that time it was really so. It was season 4. They had in Colin Baker as a cameo. Okay, the siren's going. Yeah, with them. 1 second. Well, that was quick. We go back to this. Let me go over here. Turn that back on. Back to this screen. So, I feel like you get taken through the full Israeli experience just by being here. Fine. So let's go back to this thing with what was it? It was Radio Times, wasn't it? I was Radio Times, but here I moved over here to see about the Jaeger on Lightfoot. So let's go back to. There we go. Yeah. So again, they got these. Was it 4 sets done? I think maybe if they commission like a second batch of stuff towards the end, he could start playing around with that with other Doctors, right? Until then, it's premature. About night. So I think meeting other Doctors. That's a whole different thing. And also, you've got to keep in mind, we've really got to get to know him again. Like it's been a good number of years. What, been 16 years, really? And we hardly got to know him. So I really think he's got to generate his own identity. I mean, listen, Colin Baker and Paul McGann basically redefined themselves on audio. I think both of them, yeah. I mean, you can see that the core and what they did on their television performances, appearances. That's what I was looking for. But you can see the germ of it, but they really developed themselves across audio much more. So I would like to hope Eccleston's going to do the same thing. That's a whole different thing, but I think it will be wonderful, and fingers crossed, maybe one day. Oh, just imagine. That's the Nick Briggs answer. That's the Rusty Davis answer. Eccleston is reprising the role of the Night Doctor, blah 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 blah. We all know this. Going back 2005. Return announced 2020. Who cares? Leave me alone. Who cares? Fine. So anyway, because there's all this buzz about Eccleston going around, and he's been doing interviews, and in one of the interviews, he said, I think you need to blow up Cannon. Like, you need to blow up Cannon to move forward. Pissed off Gary from Nerderotic, no end. And he just went on the tirade. I wouldn't even say that much of a tirade. But the germ of it, the spark of it, was that he charged after ignoring fandom. Again, did he ignore fandom? After not interacting with fandom in any way for 15 odd years, right? He shows up first time and he's charging an exorbitant amount for his autograph. It's a bit of a dick move. I do agree with you. It's a bit of a dick move, right? And it's more of a dick move because he comes over as a very, liking socialism over capitalism, even though he's not. I mean, I don't think. I guess he is. I guess he's into all these lefty causes. Except when it comes to like charging 95 for an autograph, like a Capaldi was charging 75 apparently. Right? That was my first question. How much? I don't know what the going rate is. If Capaldi's charging 75, look, Chris, mate, it's a bit. You should be charging 50. And like, how many just sign in a day? What, 100, 200, 300? I mean, you probably sign about 500 in a day, right? let's say you're charging 50 each, and so 50 times 100 is 5,000. So let's say you're making pulling in 25k doing signatures. Then after taxes, whatever, you got to give everybody the cut. 25k, you're still looking at 10. 8 to 10. You're doing pretty well. And that's on 50, and you probably do more at 50. It just it seems a bit outrageous to me. It seems a bit outrageous. Listen, I'd like to get him on and ask him, like, what were you doing? But furious Doctor Who fans accused Christopher Eccleston of cashing in for charging 95 for an autograph at London Comic Con. I think they're right. I think this was a cash grab. If you're charging above the going rate, that's a cash grab. I don't know what Big Finish is paying him. I imagine they're paying him is the rate they can afford to pay him. Right? He's probably getting a bit. I don't know. They probably look. David Tennant's probably expensive as well, but these things pay off, right? I don't know what they're paying him. By the way, the what's the thing? The Dalek was it the Dalek Protocol? The first in the Dalek universe thing. I started listening to it today. I'm like 3 episodes in. It really feels like a bit cheap. It feels like you got Nick Briggs playing the Daleks, who aren't in it that much so far, and Bilal, the guy from the Death of the Daleks, the excellent that was the friend of John Pertwee, and he plays him, and he also plays this spaceship captain, and then you got. Was it Sarah Kingdom or Anna Kingdom, whatever her name is, and Mark Seven, who are all the way through the what's it called again? The Dalek universe, and then you got the Tom Baker and Louise Jameson. So it seems to me that they're putting everybody. I imagine it's cheaper hiring actors if you hire them for a longer time, right? You get an economy of scale. Right, I guess if you hire somebody to do 5 days work, you pay them. You probably can end up paying them less than if you could hire them for 1 day's work. Per day, right? The daily costs go down, so it does really have that feeling that they're that they're trying to that the entire cast were people that they just had on. They extended their contract for an extra day or two to record it. So it feels a bit cheap. It's okay. It's a prelude. It's totally a prelude. It's not like I have to see where it goes. It doesn't feel like that much meat in of itself, right? Probably this would have been better as a 1-disc release, if I was to be honest. And they probably would have got done as well with it. Fine, so let's read the story. Furious telling 95 for an autograph, 20 more than Peter Capaldi's charges. This was from 2018, March 2018, where Capaldi was essentially the reigning Doctor. He regenerated by now, but he was still the on-screen Doctor, sort of. Chris Eccleston is the most expensive guest at London Comic Con. Okay, most expensive one at the bloody Comic Con as well. Like, not just Doctor Who, of everybody. This is the first time he appeared at a convention, previously declining an invite. Die-hard Whovians believe the star is exploiting fans for high prices. I think they're right. Yeah, I think they're right. Die-hard Doctor fans have expressed fury at the £95 price tag for an autograph from Chris Eccleston. So first of all, is this a picture and autograph? No, you wait on. Wait on this one. The 54-year-old actor who played the Ninth Doctor in the sci-fi show, for one series in 2005 will be appearing at the London Comic Con in July for the first time, where he's set to meet a meet and greet. But Christopher, who was the most expensive guest amongst the stars, including Megan Fox and Jason Momoa, get the heck out of it! Really? Really, Christopher Eccleston's more expensive than Megan Fox? Are you out your mind? That's insane. That reminds me of a Saturday Night Live sketch with Megan Fox, where this guy's buying a mail order bride, and one is Megan Fox, and the other one is Armiston, was it? Something Armiston, Fred Armiston, dressed up in drag, which now is insensitive if they do that. But let's go. We're advertising the sexy. Let's go back to the sexy. Yes, I want that chair. That chair looks really good. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep on that. So they're advertising. This guy's buying was it a mail order price on one of them, Megan Fox, and one of them is Fred Armiston in drag, and like it keeps getting worse, right? And Fred Armiston is like $3 cheaper than Megan Fox. Megan Fox should be more expensive. Are you out your mind? And Jason Momoa is Aquaman. He's apparently a bit of a dick. He even charges more than the recent Dr. Peter Capaldi, who charges $75. It's a bit of a dick move. So the Diamond Pass. So to get an autograph is £95. It's a lot. Photo shoot is $85. So you got to pay both of those. So or $95 if you want the exterior of the TARDIS, which is that's $180, $190. So and then or if you want to do $235, you get a guaranteed autograph from Christopher, a guaranteed standard photo shoot with Christopher. Well, that doesn't make sense. What? Oh, plus an exclusive mug. Wait a minute. Okay, you've seen the Jew in me coming out here, right? To get an autograph is $90, £95. To do a regular photo shoot is £85. That's £180 together. Or if you did the photo shoot with the exterior of the TARDIS, that's £190. Or you can pay an extra £45 and get a mug. You're the mug, mate. Are you out your mind? Let's see. Is there anything? What? If I click on this, does this tell me any more? Hang on. Okay, is there another picture? No. Okay, this is what? Why am I paying an extra £45 for a mug? Piss off! What the hell? Okay. Good. And so people are venting about this on the twats. And then although 95. It's very gouging. It is gouging. Superfans pay the it's okay. Let's see if they explain this thought to me. £235 for the diamond package, which guarantees an autograph and photo shoot along with an exclusive mug, or opt for a single price or okay, so basically you're spending an extra £45 on the mug. Okay, so Peter Party is £75 or £225 for the diamond package, which includes an autograph photo shoot, exclusive mug, exclusive print, and priority seat in his tour. Well, geez, I mean, give me that stuff as well, man. It is a bit outrageous, isn't it? I think I agree with Gary here. Completely agree with him. So the reason we bring this up is because then the Jodie fans went crazy, and because they hate everything Gary does because they just have programmed responses. That's all they can do. Yeah. Okay. And so that was. Autographs, signings, and photos are an integral part of the convention, with stars charging fans on top of the £55 3-day pass. That's not bad. £55 for a 3-day pass isn't bad. Publisher Chris Eccleston declined to reveal the percentage he would receive, telling the Times, Chris has no involvement in establishing fees for the Comic-Con. These are set by the organizer. So what happened there? Is it somebody's gouging? Was it the organizer or was it the was it Eccleston? There's no way of knowing. Is charging so Colin Baker's charging £15 for an autograph, and body length it's 10. That sounds too low to me. Like looking at the market, that sounds too low. So there you go. Okay, fine. So we I think we've looked at this story. Fine. So we agree he's definitely charging way too much for his autograph. I still don't think it was gouging like cash grab to do these what's it called again, to do the audios. I think that's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Fine. So let's look at this thing about new adventures. Oh, fine. Let's see. I want to look at this as well. There's a few things here. There's a few things here to look at. Good. Fine. So here they're doing a Lethbridge Stewart book that is essentially a prequel to Ghostlight, which I don't know if I like the idea. It sounds interesting. Let's read the blurb about it. Lethbridge Stewart's The Haunting of Gabriel Chase. Canada Yard Books is pleased to announce the final novel in its 8 series of Lethbridge Stewart books. I didn't know they had them in seasons. 1983, and Gabriel Chase Burns. Alistair Lethbridge Stewart's teacher at Brendan School for Boys had almost forgotten about the house, but the memories soon returned to him, memories of 13 years earlier. 1970, the Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart and Travis Captain William Bishop and RSM Sampson were brought to an old house in Perivale by old friend of Sampson's. An officer has been lost, and it's believed he may be in the house. This sounds interesting, right? They decide the only way to find out about it is investigate the house. But Gabriel Chase is waiting. It's always waiting. And once you're inside, you're lucky to leave. You know what would be really interesting? If they do a whole series about Gabriel Chase. I think I could be up for that. And it's like, it's been some kind of weird magnet for Doctor Who companions throughout time. That's a really interesting idea. Okay. It all depends how well it's written, I suppose. I'm trying to think if we do like Book of the Month Club thing, or like how long it takes. What one would I start with? Will we start at the beginning with the time we're in? I think not. I think I'll go for. Oh, I know, 100%. It's Left-Handed Hummingbird, right? Left-Handed Hummingbird. I'll get in contact with Kate Orman. I'll see if she can give us permission to like disseminate it somehow and talk about it, right? Kate Orman, if you don't know, is one of the greatest lost talents in the Doctor Who world. Kate Orman is just an insanely good writer. She defined the New Adventures range. And she was just fantastic with it. And then she vanished. She just kind of like when Big Finish turned up, she just vanished off the face of the earth. Her husband did one of the early Sylvester McCoy ones, the Fearmonger. Is that what's called? Yeah. But basically, she vanished. Then I saw her do some Blake Seven short stories. Again, equally fantastic. I mean, just fantastic. And yeah, it's really sad because she absolutely vanished off the face of the earth. So I mean, she was a feminist. She was like an ardent third-wave feminist back in the 80s, right, or back in the 90s, like before it was fashionable. So God knows what she thinks of things today. Like today, the world's kind of caught up with her. Yeah. So that's the plan. Fine. I'm going to get in contact with Kate Orman. Maybe she'll respond. Maybe she'll want to come on for an interview. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, she was pretty lefty. Let me tell you, she was a pretty lefty feminist then. God knows now. But what a great writer. A great person as well. I emailed her a couple of times, just saying how much I liked her work. Her work's really excellent. Maybe let's say it. That's the plan. We'll get in contact if there's any way of doing it, sort of legally. I mean, I'm happy doing it illegally with the artist's consent, right? And it's out of print. It's such a good book. Left-Handed Hummingbird, man, it's such a good book. I think this is a great. I think this is a great idea. Fine. So Lethbridge Stewart. So fine. So they decided to find. They decide the only way to find out is to investigate within the house, but Gabriel Chase is waiting. It's always waiting. Ghost haunt Gabriel Chase, but who is in control? Who is what is the angel, and who will escape? Darkness falls, and heaven help anybody. Inside After Dark, official sequel to the 1989 Ghostlight, inspired by ideas developed by Mark Platt. I'm very interested. It's a debut novel, so it makes me kind of nervous. It's got it's a whole interview. I don't know. That's okay. I mean, they piqued my interest with that. That I might be on board. Fine. That's the Big Finish stuff. We'll go and look at that soon. But where is the thing about the? Here we go. This is something else I'm looking for. This is from Tellus Publishing. First question: how much they're charging for it? Let's see how much they're charging for it. £30. £30, good cover. Okay, so many reasons. The cover is this is the cover, which is I thought it was the cover for the Also People, but it's actually a parody of the cover of the Also People. It's kind of which is one of the great new the great New Avengers books. But yeah, we're up to tell us about Rick signed, and you know what? Problem being still in the chat. Maybe he'll be up for doing an audiobook of it, right? I think he's got a great voice. He really has a great radio voice. So Tellus Publishing have signed a new Tellus Publishing has signed a new title from the Doctor Who writer researcher David J. Howe, the Who Adventures. Looks at the ranges of Doctor Who titles published by Virgin Publishing in the early 90s, that came the history of the range, as well as many pieces of cover art reproduced as full-page items. Oh, yes, I'm getting it just on that. The covers were freaking insane. Also, hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can find. Hang on, Doctor Who New Adventures Virgin covers. Let's see what happens when I do a search. So hopefully I don't get like lots of vagina shots. Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, fine. So here, let me just download these images. Here we go. Did that come out full size? Let me look. Hang on. No, it didn't come out full size. I didn't think so. Because the covers to New Adventures were just excellent. Here it is, opening up. There we go. Fine. Here, let me just change the page. It's I can just go over here. No, I got to go do this. Do it over here. This is it. Fine. So these are all the covers for the New Adventures, and they do develop it, but they develop over time, but they start pretty good. So I think initially it's Andrew Skilleter. I can't remember, but I like they're all very like painted. Nightshade's a good one. Lee Sullivan did this Bernie Summerfield one. That was a Brigadier's granddaughter, I think. Let's go back in this way so we can see him in range. God, The Pit was a bad novel. But Absent Dark in this one. Yeah, I think Jim Mortimer did his own cover. I think he did his own cover on that one. This was a good one, White Darkness. It was like zombies, like in 1920s zombies. I think it's when this is the first time the Doctor had this lounge religious costume. Shadowmine I didn't read. Birthright. I've read that one either. This was great though. Blood Harvest. Oh man! So you're in an alternate Earth series, and did we miss Left Handed Number? No, not yet. You're in an alternate Earth where the Silurians won. This is an awesome one, right? Dimension Riders, Daniel Black. I remember that being good. Okay, then Left Handed Hummingbird. This was awesome. Pete Wolbank cover. There you go. This was Kate Ullman's debut novel, excellent. Conundrum, it was fun, goofy. They basically, these things are just kind of like, they lurch from like goofy, crazy to like very heavy. No Future, Paul Cornell one was pretty darn good. Tragedy I never read. Legacy was good by Gary Russell. Good Mars-based Ice Warrior story. Theatre of War, I think there's a Big Finish adaptation of it. All Consuming Fire, really fun. Doctor Who and Sherlock Holmes. did an adaptation of it for Big Finish. The book was better. Blood Harvest, it was a sequel to State of Decay. Strange England, First Front, I didn't read. First Frontier, I think, had the Master in it. St. Ant is fire. I can't remember it, but I remember liking it. But you see, again, we're looking at the covers, and the covers are very good. Parasite, Warlock, another Andrew Cartmel one. Set Piece was Kate Ullman's second one. Cover wasn't great, but great book though. Really good book. Sanctuary was okay, but then you had Human Nature, which obviously the episode from Original Sin introduced the new companions. Was it Quay and Forrester? Sky Pilots I never read. Zamba was a fun Gareth Roberts one with the Chenolians. So they've never done an adaptation of that, but is Gareth Roberts cancelled with Big Finish? It could be. Probably is. Head Games was fun. Great cover as well. That's a fake Doctor Who. In the, also, people excellent Ben Araroch story. Very, very good world building. Shakedown was a novelization of a direct-to-video Sontaran story, which was pretty good. I really like. That's crying for a re-release with new special effects. Just War was adapted by Big Finish as a Bernie Summerfield, one of the early ones. Excellent, really, really excellent. War Child, another one of the Andrew Cartmel's trilogy. Sleepy fan is Kate Ullman. This is really when she's hitting a prime. They basically had. Was this the one where you had an artificial? Okay, you've got artificial intelligence, and this is an artificial sixth sense, like an artificial intelligence so advanced that it can read minds and tell the future. Happy Endings was supposed to be Paul Cornell's final Big Finish. It's a final Doctor Who thing. It's been his many. He's done many final things. Not quite yet. God Engine was a fun Craig Hinton book. Again, another good Ice Warrior story set on Mars. Crystal on a Rational Planet was just bizarre. Lawrence Miles. But I think this is Lawrence Miles' first one because he became big in the next iteration of Doctor Who books. Return of the Living Dad. Great, it was a great entitled book. Although Kate Ullman wanted to call it Dad's Army, but I think Return of the Living Dad is better. This is Kate Ullman's dad, not Kate Ullman, Bernie Summerfield's dad showing up. Death of I never read. Damaged Good, Russell D. Davis. So Vile as Sin. So this book was basically lost in a hard drive failure from Ben Arowitz, and Kate Ullman wanted it so badly she took the pieces and she rewrote it. She put it together. Eternity Weeps. That's Liz Shaw dies in it, I believe. Rumor No Doors. Excellent feudal Japan story with a really. Oh, also Kate Ullman. Okay, and then Mark Platt wraps up the range. Right, it's good stuff. Good stuff all around. Fine. Let's go back to. Where we are. The article. It's application tab. There you go. Is this the one I'm looking for? Nope, wrong thing. We'll try again. Too many tabs, baby. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. Retro Dickie, how you doing, sir? Robert Moulsey Gaming, how are you? Which new adventure story will most want to see adapted to TV? Ooh. Now we got to go back there. That's a good question. Okay, no, I'll tell you exactly one. I know right off the top of my head. It's the Paul McGann one. The Paul McGann one was called what's that one called? Oh man, what's that one called? Damn. Oh, not Happy Ending. I can't remember what it was called. Oh no, Dying Days. There you go, Dying Days. That was by Lance Parkin. That'll be if it's going to be a Sylvester McCoy one. Oh, it's a good question, isn't it? I mean, Big Finish have done a very good job, adapting a lot of them. I like what they did with that Mark Gaddis one. What was that one? Nightshade. That was excellent, and Love and War. Both those two are fantastic adaptations. Which I will go for either of those two. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. Yeah. The Russell Lee Davis one, Damaged Goods. because that I listen to that every Christmas because it's a Christmassy one and it's really good. Okay, fine. So let's see. Was it? This book started life as a series of articles of Doctor Who magazine. Too good for Doctor Who magazine. Let me tell you. Explains how. I still had all the materials available. Plus, when Virgin closed the door, you know, this is what happened. They can't afford it. He started doing it for Doctor Who magazine, and they can't afford it. And they're stupid because this is something I would read. This is interesting to me. Plus, when Virgin closed the doors to Doctor Who, the fiction. Generally towards the end of the 90s, I was lucky enough to go through their Who files and pull out and copy anything that which seemed interesting. So I had a pile of sketches and other information just begging to be compiled together in a book. I'm in. Last year in lockdown, in the absence of anything else to do, I started going through it and organizing material, reviewing the text, and generally putting it all together. I will see. Lockdown worked out well for us. It's the. Did I skip a paragraph? It feels like I skipped a paragraph there. 1 second. Reviewing the text, putting it together. It's going to be released as a new book. Fine. Okay. It's the ultimate guide to the Virgin Adventures Missing Inventions race. Excellent books, which saw several authors, including Russell D. Davies, Ben Arich, Mark Gatiss, publishing early works of original fiction. They were excellent. Stephen James Walker, director of Howard Walker. They did. They were famous for doing Time Frame together, which was a really good fanzine in the 80s, 90s, right? So yeah, so I obviously that's why what must have happened is he was doing it for Doctor Who magazine. Doctor Who magazine couldn't afford them. Because this is like decent work, and they basically just have Drek. And so he went to his mate and said, "Let's publish it as a book," and I bet this is going to do well. Stephen James Walker, director of Dallas Publishing, said David J. Hale's book, The Target Book, has been one of Dallas Publishing's most successful and acclaimed titles because it's excellent. That's why. And we'd like to have this opportunity to publish a follow-up book covering the Virgin Doctor Who novels, the New Adventures books, and New Adventures books are one of my own personal favorite eras of Doctor Who. Mine too. Completely agree with you. I know that many other fans have very fond memories of them and hold them in highest regard. Why are they not being done as books on tape? I mean, like, I can't work out, like, this is like Big Finish could actually do pretty. This is something I would go for a book on tape for, like a 7-disc release. And you get, what's the name? Lisa Bauman to read them. Like, of course people would, yes. It seems to be a pretty easy win. I don't know, maybe the rights are torturous to get hold of. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be though they can do original fiction and they can contract any writer. So I don't get it. They're one of my personal favorite eras. I know many have fond memories of them and hold them in high regard. Not only does the Who Adventures give us an authoritative account of the history with lots of fascinating information, but it also represents a wealth of superb images, including full-page reproduction of the original cover paintings, which is why we spent all the time looking at the covers because they're awesome. Plus preliminary designs, yes, and sketches and ideas, and much additional material. A sumptuous coffee tale style book in full color. It aims to be the ultimate celebration of a hugely important part of Doctor Who phenomenon. So, as you know, I am fearful of the end of Western civilization imminently, within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Right? I am worried about it, but I always say to myself, but at least we won't see Star Trek Discovery season 4. At least we won't see Doctor Who season 3. At least that won't happen if civilization goes under. But I finally got a reason that I don't want it to go under anymore, and I'm looking at it. I want this book. Okay, I want this book. It looks good. Yes, I'm sold. You know what? I became more sold as we went along. Fine, let's head over to Big Finish and see what's going on over there. Indestructible Captain Scarlet. Ba-dam, bam, ba-da-da-dam. Give you a little bit of a musical interlude. They were great through the Wilderness Years. So, let's go for news. Firstly, there is a new Peter Davison said, yeah, listen, he doesn't look like he did in the Radiant Times picture, where like he nearly looked dead. Okay, so they're doing a new box set with this TARDIS crew, some of which you might recognize, some of which you wouldn't. One of which you wouldn't. It's Fifth Doctor, Tegan, Nyssa, Adric, and Mark. Mark is a Roman slave who's great at everything, who came along with the Doctor in the storyline, and they just kept going on. They never ended it. So let's see what's it. Peter Davison celebrating 70th birthday, one of the first of many, and there's first of many happy returns to the Fifth Doctor in a brand new box set of audio adventures due for release later this year. Doctor Who, the Fifth Doctor Adventures, the Lost Resort, and other stories. So there's no theme. That's that word. The Lost Resort and other stories. That doesn't inspire confidence. Reunites the Doctor with his companions last heard in the 2020 monthly adventure Madquake, which don't bother. It's garbage. Like most of the monthly adventures the last couple of years. Tegan, Nyssa, Mark, and Adric. Yeah, Adric wasn't part of it. Peter Davison stars on with Sarah Sutton, Janet Fielding, and George Watkins, and a special appearance by Matthew Waldhouse in the first of 3 full cast audio dramas which make up the box set. Oh, so he's only in one of the stories. Okay, fine, whatever. The 3 thrilling adventures are what is it? AK. So wait, we're getting. These are 1-disc stories. This is a 4-disc set, so these must be 1-disc stories and a making of disc, right? It must be. Reuniting here with his lost companions, the Doctor plans to travel home to Gallifrey. Are all cast aside when the Doctor materializes in Soresia, a planetoid with unusual temporal atmosphere, home of the Welcome Sanatorium, whatever this is. Seemingly an ideal place to recuperate, but the patients, like the sanatorium, are mere shadows of their former selves. Decay has taken hold, yet their secrets remain as strong and healthy as ever. So that sounds a bit Sapphire and Steely to me. The Perils of Nellie Bly by Sarah Ward. Yeah, okay, fine. These are all like first-time writers. I'm not buying this. I mean, of writers I can't trust. The Perils of Nellie Bly. The TARDIS crew arrive in the RMS Oceanic. They meet the notorious journalist Nellie Bly on the final leg of her voyage to travel the world in less than 80 days. Oh, God, I hate this. What? There was no Nellie Bly. Okay, Round the World in 80 Days. That was a man who did it. It's like everything. Everything is gender swap. But the saboteur on board and the Doctor and his friends must race to help Nellie reach the destination and save her future. Okay. Maybe I don't want the future. Nightmare of the Daleks. Please buy this box set because there's Daleks in it. Deep within the drilling rig on planet XB 93, its crew has been suffering nightmares, dreams of cold metallic creatures stalking through the base, killing them as they sleep. Fortunately for the crew, the Daleks' own worst nightmare has just arrived and goes by the name the Doctor. Okay, that's even a bad blurb. Producer and director Scott Hancock said it's been a lovely opportunity to introduce a new companion to the Fifth Doctor. George Watkins instantly slipped in the dynamic with Peter, Sarah, and Janet, and gave us a chance to explore. The part of the storyline was dealing with introduction of a new crew member. So soon after the death of Adric, so they're coming face to face with him on the planet Sarosa, a planet where ghosts aren't exactly laid to rest. Okay, it's a lovely 4-part story from A.K. Benedict, paired with a double bill of 2-parters. Interesting. Okay, so it's a 4-part story and two parts. Still not interested. I'm just not interested. I mean, like, it's interesting breakdown of stories. Anybody know Around the World Voyage? when travel to industrial future where the Doctor's most deadly. Yeah, I'm just not interested. Let's see what AK. I mean, I recognize the name. I think she's actually quite good. Oh, I know. She's what's her name's. She's another writer's wife. Okay. But I'm looking at this and not going, yay. Yay, I got to, oh man, I need more of this. Okay, fine. Yeah, no. You lost me, I'm afraid, on this one. You lost me. Yeah, the answer is a no. I'm not interested. Yeah, so and it's a weird release as well. Like I'm just not interested. Dark Universe listens to now. So next thing we got to talk about, yeah, exactly. Roy the Rodent didn't bother getting that either. Yeah, it's no. It's a shame. Big Finish have really lost a lot. I mean, look, they got a lot of tentpole products coming out this year, which I'm excited about. But the other stuff kind of dross. Let's have a look at Thunderbirds. It's the news. Thunderbirds fans have been of all ages been waiting for international returns and a brand new series of full cast enhanced audiobooks from Anderson Entertainment. No, the news I've been waiting for is they do more Thunderbirds, right? They did one, was it 2-3 years ago, a Kickstarter one. Do more of that, and then I guess this is a backdoor to that, right? You rang, milady. Yes, Parker and Lady Penelope, along with the Tracy brothers, Jeff Tracy and Evil Hood, and the Brilliant Brains can be heard again very soon. An exciting series, new series of audiobooks due to be released May 2021. Well, there's only one. In Thunderbirds, Terror from the Stars, the ex-con Cockney chauffeur Parker and the stylish aristocrat Lady Penelope, written by David Graham and Sylvia Anderson, will be brought to life by actor and impressionist John Coleshaw, star of Dead Ring, blah, blah, and actress Genevieve Gaunt, who was also known as Pansy Parkinson in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and Wilhelma Willow Morano Henstridge in the popular soap opera The Royals. I don't know her, but I guess she's got kind of a posh voice. I guess that's all you really need. And that's not all. Fan of Jerry Anderson since childhood. John, a fan of Jerry Anderson child, will also be voicing Jeff Tracy, the head of the family, who coordinates the rescue missions on Tracy Island. As he said, I grew up with Jerry Anderson shows, so working on the audiobook has been a delight. I also love voicing contrasting characters, and so they don't get much more different than Jeff Tracy and Parker. I tell you, John Colesha's work has been fantastic. He made a very mediocre Tom Baker release, Night of the Comet, really listenable. He really brought it together. And the fans are still enormously popular original Thunderbirds series. There's another treat in the charming gesture. Thunderbirds Terror of the Stars audiobook introduces the message by David Graham, who played the original Parker, Brains, along with Brains and Gordon, saying that in his 96 years, he now deserves a rest and is passing the baton to a new team, as well as John and Genevieve. The liner was Wayne Forrester, Justin T. Lee, Joe Jameson, and Anna Brogfie. Wayne Forrester, I think, did the Terrorhawks release. Terrorhawks is kind of fun, by the way. Those 3 box that they did are worth it. The audiobook is an adaptation on John Tay's 1965 book Thunderbirds, and the first of Anderson Entertainment's new range of audio entertainment classics, stories from the 60s and 70s. Thanks to the new licensing deal with ITV, more audiobooks are now in production and will include Stingray, Joe 90, Space 1999, and UFO, as well as even... Okay. Look, they're doing Space 1999 already. But UFO and Joe 90 and Stingray. That sounds good. Available pre-order is $16.99. These are a book. You can get it as a hardcover book as well. Let's see how much. How many discs is it? They should have things in pre-order here. Digital version there. So how long is it? Three discs for $17. Pretty good value. Pretty good value. So there you go. Fine. I am running out of steam though. Let me see. They did a CGI one, not my cup of tea. I remember getting the DVDs of the original series. I love the original series. They did a CGI Captain Scarlet, which was pretty good. I like that. Yeah, the CGI Captain Scarlet was pretty darn good. Let's go over to Bounding into Comics. Let me see. I think I've got another article in me. Keep me going. Bounding into Comics. Have a look. There was a lot of Hollywood hypocrisy. They are just dumping on Joss Whedon like relentlessly, aren't they? I'm going to do this as a video tomorrow. This story, actress Charlie Yee. Listen, okay, I haven't read the story yet. I just know that I don't trust her based on that she looks like an SJW to me, and I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to read it and I'm going to decide for myself, but I don't trust her. Frank Azaria bends a knee, wants to apologize to every engineer for his play. Oh, shut up, idiot! What? You don't have enough money? What? I mean, you've been doing Simpsons what 35, 40 years. You haven't saved up a bob or two. You've got money where you don't need to do that, and you're a massive pussy if you do. Okay. That's the weird airbrush top lip version. What are they thinking? Oh, Army of Dead trailer. Looking forward for that. When's that coming out? Alleged Star Wars leaker claims existence of alternate cut of J.J. Abrams' Rise of Skywalker. I'm sure there is. What about all the Matt Smith stuff? Oh, there's obviously another cut. Just it's not like the Snyder cut. No one cares. Like nobody cares. Like what? Like why do I want to see a different cut of that garbage? Right? Like just nobody cares. So here, there's two ones that kind of make me want to vomit, but we'll do it back to back. This we're just going to look at the brainwashed insanity. That they had this insane approach to an issue. Just again based on pure lunacy. So Supergirl cast. So already, guys, you're in a big pussy show anyway. So like, don't try and make yourself look more pussy. Shares frustration on social media after Arkansas bans gender affirming healthcare to transgender youth. So that basically means that you can't get gender reassignment surgery or puberty blockers, which destroy your life. Yeah. The chances of destroying your life are very, very, very high. Very, very high. Earlier this week, Arkansas became the first state to ban transgender drugs and surgery for minors. I mean, like, really? Is even a question that we're allowing minors to have transgender surgery? Like when do we start letting 6-year-olds like shave bits of their body off? Like they don't understand. That's child abuse. God. And listen, I took my dog for a walk earlier. She was going all over the place, right? If I let go of the leash, she'll run into the street. She'll vanish and she'll be killed. That's what's going to happen. If I let her do that, that would be abusive. To contextualize the new law, the HB 1570 will prevent physicians from providing transgendered people under the age of 18 with gender-affirming treatment, including puberty blockers, hormone treatments, and sex reassignment surgeries. You wait till the transgender assistant secretary of health sworn in. This is going to be overturned. Pretty darn quickly. This is going to be overturned, I think, because we live in clown world. The Arkansas legislature actually overrode Arkansas Governor Asa Hitchings' veto of the new state law, which would have allowed physicians to provide the aforementioned treatment to transgender. Yes, this is child abuse. To allow this would be child abuse. Again, You don't let children do whatever they want, and especially if the children are in the 30s and 40s. As is to be expected, some of the Hollywood's more woken video, blah blah blah. So yes, let's listen to the morons. So Nicole Maines, I've no idea. This will hurt kids. You should be ashamed, she said. No, this will stop kids being hurt. You should be ashamed, idiot. And like, really, what an idiot. I mean, like, you want to have a nuanced response? No, you're just an idiot. Like, yeah, you could like be like, I don't know if I'm right or not. No. You go, this is gonna hurt kids. No, what? Okay, if you have to wait to 18 to get your penis cut off because you're bonkers, that doesn't hurt anyone. You know, like, I'm sorry, you got to wait till you're 18 to have your dick cut off. What an insane, inhuman society that we live in. As somebody who did take puberty blockers, how do you think your life would be different now if you were denied them? I wouldn't be alive. You're out of your mind. Of course you're out of your mind. You took puberty blockers. Okay, there you go. This is a matter of life and death for transgender, but it's not. Why can't you wait till you're 18? Like, I understand. Like, what's the age of consent? Is how old? Is it 16? I don't know. But like, why not wait till you have the, or is it 18? Like, the age of consent. Now, John Cryer, SJW of epic proportions, comes on and says, elected Republicans think they can win politically by denying basic humanity of trans people. No. Again, allowing a 12-year-old to cut his dick off is bad. Truly disgusting. Trans rights are human rights! Hashtag trans rights are human rights! Oh, I'm so virtuous. I'm so good. Oh, let me 1 second. Let me just rub my virtuous nipples. Because I'm so virtuous. You are, Mr. Cryer. You are. Eric Carrazzo says, this is disgusting. Oh, this is sickening. Andrea Correa says, what is wrong with the middle of this country? Yes, what's wrong with us that we don't want to allow children to cut their penises off? How weird. We are just weirdos. Who would have thought? And then to end on a nice hypocritical high, we have Will Smith. And I think Parker's poor upcoming Apple Studios production from over Georgia voter law. Apple Studios. Where are iPhones made? Excuse me. Citation. Where are iPhones made exactly? China. Are they made in humane conditions? No, they're not made in humane conditions, are they? They're not. No. They're made in torturous conditions by slaves. Now, China, does it have concentration camps? Yes, it does. Yes. That's the place. Do they have those camps? Yeah, they do. How's the voting record going on in China? Right? Do people have the civil rights that when there's a deadly contagion pandemic, that they're not welded into their bloody houses, or their whatever, their apartments? No, it sounds like you're better off in Georgia, where they believe that black people, incredibly, it's an incredible thing. They believe black people have the ability to be able to function as a low functioning retard. Like they believe black people have basic human life skills. Will Smith, however, does not. He's like, listen, there's black people can't get IDs. They don't know how to use computers. Look at their fingers. They don't know how to press those buttons. They're not dexterous enough. This is Will Smith saying it, not me, mate. I disagree with you, Mr. Smith. Apple Studios, Will Smith, and director Anthony Fuqua. Fuck you, mate. Anthony Fuq, whoever he is. 1 second, I lost it. There we go. Announced that they are moving their production of Emancipation out of Georgia following the state's new voting laws. Okay. Emancipation is a dramatization of the journey of a former slave named Peter who journeyed north during the Civil War
to join the Union Army. The film script is written by William N. College. Smith will pay Peter, and Fuqua is directing. Yeah, okay, great. Well, that's a little bit on the nose there. What's going on? Fine, not really happy about that, but didn't mean to put that on screen. Peter's story was published by Harper's Weekly, July 4th issue, and detailed how he fled Mississippi Plantation. He was enslaved after brutally being whipped on Christmas Day. The article refers to, okay, fine. Okay, I don't want to show the pictures again. Like, give me okay, blah 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 blah. How we captured, taken prisoner once again, beaten with the captors. Okay, fine. So he didn't have too good a time of it. Press release while they're moving said director producer Antoine Fuqua and his Fuqua Films and actor producer Will Smith and his media company Westbrook have decided to move production of their upcoming film Emancipation from the state of Georgia due to the newly enacted voter restrictions. There's no restrictions. What? That people with IDs can vote? I know. Okay, the only reason they want no voter ID whatsoever, and again, why are they? I don't understand why anybody's even fighting. Right? It's like they've won. You know, the battle is lost. Right? Like the election happened, but and it's never ever going to be fair again. It's never I say fair. It's never going to be not that same way. It's never going to be. Not fortified. That's what democracy will never be not fortified again, right? Unless there's, in my belief, unless there's some form of divine intervention, democracy in America will never be not fortified again. And of course, we're talking in code because that's the world we live in now, right? Let me think. We cannot go to support the economic support of a government that enacts to regressive voting laws that are designed to restrict voter access. It's not, and you can. That's two lies. Okay, you can because you do business with China and you like China and China. No, you can. You can do that, and you do. It's just in this case you're not. You're just lying. The new Judicial laws are reminiscent of voting implements that were passed at the end of the Reconstruction to prevent many Americans from voting. No, they're not. Regrettably, we feel we're compelled to move production work from Georgia to another state. Okay. Maybe China. Yeah, okay. No. Fine. Okay, I'm just scanning through this. Yeah, Hollywood hypocrisy, man. It's off the bloody charts. Like Hollywood. Listen, you got to understand this. Hollywood, this is a message to you. A message to you is, we know you like to rape children. Okay, we know that. We know that you like to do weird stuff. Yeah, we know you like the casting count. We know you're lying. We know you are our moral inferiors. Okay, we know this, and you know we know this, right? I understand. Who are you pretending to, right? And the answer is you're pretending to yourself. You're pretending to yourself because you don't like being the scumbags that you are. That's really the bottom line. You just don't like it that you are the scumbags that you are. So this is what I tell people who are scummy. And it never works. It never ever works. It's a choice. I would say faith is a choice, and it's not always an easy choice. In fact, I would say the more faith one has, oftentimes the harder that choice becomes. Like, it's pretty easy to have faith when things are going well, right? They're easy. It's not so easy when you get off a train and there's a camp where people are concentrating and thick black smoke is coming out the top of it, right? It's not easy to have faith sometimes. That life is often hard. Life is often painful. But faith is a choice. More than anything else, faith is a choice. So is morality, right? And you can make a choice to change at any time. You can, let's say you're an immoral scumbag that you turn a blind eye to raping children, which I believe most of you do in Hollywood. Like, you turn a blind eye to it if you don't indulge in it yourself. I think here's what you could do. You could not do that anymore, right? You could be virgin. Here's the thing. You could not lie all the time anymore, right? And here's the thing, and the incredible thing is that will give you that feeling of self-respect that you are so desperately lacking. And that's why you scream and project so much. The reason we all have more self-respect than all of you scum is because you are all scum and we are better people than you. It's really, these are the basic truths that you're trying to avoid. You're scum. Now again, this is a choice that you've made. Now, you can choose not to be scum. No one's stopping you. And the only thing stopping you is you will probably not be able to make movies anymore because they only like scum make movies. So that's what. So I would say if you're like Hank Azaria and you've made a few bob in your life, and you're doing pretty well, and you don't really need the movie making game to pay your bills. Don't be scum. Don't be scum, and you'll feel better, and you won't want to be scummy. And I think that's just probably better for everybody. So there you go. With that, I think we're going to wrap up. I think it's time for dinner. I have to go and pray. It's actually, I got to do the evening service. I'm going to do it at home, but I've got to remember to count the Omer. This is like a really stress-filled time of the year where each year you count the day from every day from the second night of Passover up until Shavuot, which is 50 days. We're doing the 48 ways of wisdom during it. You count a day. It's called the Omer. You count a day. And if you forget, you lose the blessing. You still have to count it, but you've lost the blessing. So I'm quite happy so far. I have not lost my blessing. Although the joke going around right now is we've had so many elections here in Israel and we haven't been able to form a government that we're still counting the number of elections we have, and we haven't lost our blessing yet. So there you go. So that's what I got to do. I could have some dinner as well. That's my plan for the evening. I might watch Bucky, was it Winter Soldier, and really don't want to. Thank God it's only got a couple of episodes to go, and I hope Loki's good. Fine, there you go. Fine, I'm hitting the end broadcast button on the hang on. The first one's been hit, and we're going to do it again